We're asked here without graphing the lines themselves to find the slope and the y-intercept of the graph of each equation. And so when you're dealing with lines, it's really useful to have y equals mx plus b form to be able to find the slope and y-intercept of something. So with the first equation right here, if you just solve it for y, you'll get an mx plus b form. So you just need to add 7/10 x to undo that subtraction right there. And then when you add it to the other side, since it's just 0, really you just get then y equals 7/10 x. And so from that, it is of the form y equals mx plus b, because you can treat it as 7/10 x plus 0. So it's going to tell you that the slope of the line, which is m, is going to be 7/10. And then also the y-intercept of the line is going to occur at the ordered pair 0, 0, since it was just plus 0. For the equation right next door to that, if we solve it for y, you can first add 9x to both sides, and that's then going to give you negative 4y equals positive 9x minus 8, and then divide both sides by negative 4, which is then going to give you negative 9/4 x, and then negative 8 divided by negative 4 is positive 2. So you end up getting that right there in y equals mx plus b form. So that tells you then the slope has to be negative 9/4. And then also the y-intercept is going to occur at the ordered pair 0, 2. For the equation down at the bottom left corner right there, if we wanted to solve this for y, you could subtract the x term over, but really, if I don't want to have fractions involved right here, one thing we can do is we could multiply by, say, like 5, because 5 times 7/5 is 7x, and then 5 times 3/5 y would be 3y. Just make sure you do the same thing to the other side, and that's kind of a convenient way to not have to deal with fractions too much anymore. And then it's just a matter of subtracting 7x from both sides and then dividing 3 on both sides. So you're going to end up getting the following in y equals mx plus b form. So that, of course, is going to tell you that the slope of the line would be the coefficient of x, and the y-intercept of the line is going to be 0, 20/3 there. And then finally, for the last one, you don't really have any numbers here, but if you have just the y right here that's multiplied by 1 over n, you can undo that by multiplying by n, since n times 1 over n is just going to equal 1. So you're going to end up getting then the y alone there, but you'll have to multiply by n to both sides right here, which is going to give you n times bx, and then plus nc. So note that like your variables y and x are right here, and just treat the n, b, and c as really just numbers. So really it is of the form like mx plus b. It's just that the m, the slope, is actually just whatever nb equals, and then the y-intercept right there is actually going to be at the ordered pair 0, nc.